To get started for this exercise, all you're gonna need are your hands and this position. If you can't access this position, you can do it seated or have a block underneath your butt. To get going, we are just going to mobilize the knee and get it to move. Now, if you have a really hard time getting your knees to move, and you only have a little bit of range of motion, just be fine with that. That's what you have. And if you're having a hard time separating knee from ankle, that's going to take some focus and some energy to try to get this to move as opposed to this. So if this is just like flopping around and this isn't moving, we want this knee to have some relative range of motion, internal rotation and external rotation, which is what we're going to work on today. We're going to use your hands for it and get it to move, because your body responds best to the body working with the body. So in this position, you're going to start like this. This is called dorsiflexion. You're going to pull this foot towards your knee the whole time. Get heavy in this heel and let that heel kind of sink down into the floor. At the same time, you're going to pay attention to the hamstrings back here and make sure that they are alive and working. If you're not feeling that, then you're going to actively drive your heel down into the floor and pull it back this way. That's going to get the meat of the belly of the hamstring to work. You're going to rotate that in and rotate it out, in and out. Alrighty? Just rotating that back and forth. I want you to do this for like a full minute, actually. It's going to be almost tedious, the amount of time that I asked you to move this. I want you to develop a good connection to this area up here, moving it in and moving it out. The quality at which you move is very important. Making sure all that motion is coming from here. Again, be patient. Don't let this knee, don't let the ankle move more than the knee. You're focusing on that knee moving. You might start to get some clicking and popping happening in this knee as it starts to wake up and move. Now, you're going to maximally turn the tibia externally. Then you're going to take your hand and pull it over. You might not feel something here. If you don't, that's totally fine. But you might feel something here. Again, what's happening is your heel is getting heavy. It's sinking into the floor, and it's kind of just, you're thinking about this feeling. It's pulling back this way. But it doesn't actually actively have to pull it back that way. But if you're having a hard time here, I want angular inputs, which means we're choosing angles or vectors of motion. You're going to get heavy in the floor. It's going to actively pull back. And at the same time, I'm pushing my foot into my hand, and my hand is not going to move. As we accumulate time here, you might feel something here, and if so, that's great. Slowly start to push your foot into your hand. Your hand will not move. It will act as a passive block, as the ground essentially. So keep focusing here, pushing that foot that way. You might start to notice some ankle strain, and that's fine. Now in about 5 seconds, I'm going to pull my foot in the opposite direction. It's going to go that way. I'm going to feel all of this work. And it's pulling this way. This is lengthening. This is contracting. All right? Keep pulling that way, and now go this way. Back and forth. Back and forth. Okay? We're really trying to focus on this inner side working. So we're going to strap back on. Put that foot in and only use a little bit of weight on that hand to add some resistance to here. You're going to do something called resisting isometrics. I had to remember the name. All right, so that means you're gonna push into the foot, you're gonna let that hand lose, and then you're gonna let the hand win. And all of that effort, I want you to really focus. Let it come from here. If you're not feeling it, use less effort. If you're feeling it more in your ankle, use less effort. All right, push, pull. Spend some time really trying to get this knee to rotate. Push into it, resist. Now, one isn't more important than the other. It's mostly about the quality of motion that's happening here. Mine could definitely improve. I do have 2 torn ligaments in this knee, PCL and MCL. They were half tears. So that means that I just need a little bit more work, a little bit more focus, and we're trying to really connect to this deep tissue here. Okay? So now that that's all done, we're gonna go in the opposite direction, and we're gonna pull that foot into tibia internal rotation. If you're having a hard time feeling this, you can, again, manually pull or get that tibia to go this way with your hand as you pull the foot this way. At the same time of me pushing the foot down, I'm also pulling the foot up and pushing it down. Now that I feel some good feedback, like I'm actually getting into the joint, I'm going to push the foot into the hand. It's very nice to have this hand here supporting me so that I can feel how this effort is coming from here. You're going to slowly ramp up effort of pushing that foot into the hand. And in 3, 2, 1, relax, go in the opposite direction. Try to push this way. Maybe put your hand here so you can have something to engage with. And then you're going to do that again. All right? Pull that foot in. Feel this motion. This is turning. Again, try to push out. This is going this direction. I really want that effort to come from here. And opposite direction. Now you see how that is turning a little better. Okay. We're going to do one more thing before we go into the controlled articular rotations. This is a bit of a different version. If you're used to FRC, this is going to be a different setup, but this is my position. So we want the foot to be able to supinate and also pronate. So what you're going to do is get up into this half kneeling position, and as you do a calf raise, I want you to focus on this portion of the foot. It's going to push in, and then this angle is going to push that way. As you do that, your tibia is going to internally rotate. Decelerate the heel down. Basically, you're trying to resist the heel going down onto the ground. And you're focusing on that little bit of motion through the outside portion of the foot. Notice how my big toe is up. And I'm starting to get shaky here, which is a good thing. All right, I wanted this area to start to work so we have some better flow of the tissue internally. Okay, now comes the knee car. So we are going to get this motion in a oval circle thing. The best way to feel it is here in this jiu-jitsu style hold, where we make sure that the femur doesn't move and it's only the knee. If you can't be in this position, you can do it standing. If If you can't be in standing and you don't want to, you can also do it lying down. Lying down is going to look like this. Interlace, drive the heel down like that. And as you can see, my tibia is moving internally and externally. As I drive this direction with my leg effort, I'm saying this really slowly because Lord knows, I have had some people in my class, when I say do this, they're like, I don't even know. I don't even know. Okay, I don't know where their mind's at. Okay, so we are going to push that heel down and you should feel hamstring and glute. Okay, so push down, externally rotate, extend the leg, pull the heel in, and draw a big oval with that heel. Okay? We did all the stuff leading up to this so that you could feel all the stuff working inside the hamstring, inside the knee. We want all of that to work and to be felt so that we know it's working, and we can also feel it in other exercises when we go into lunges, when we go into squats, when we go into split squats, and all that stuff. We want these joints to be working, to be feeling, to be aware, so that we have better feeling in our body, better awareness, and we know what's working as well. We want our joints to be strong. We don't want parts of our body to be numb. We want to feel our body. It's a good connection to have with your body. It's really good for your emotions, for your nervous system regulation, for your psychological well-being. I already said all of that. Anyways, this is what you're gonna do, and this is how we're ending. You're gonna do 10 reps one direction, 10 reps the other way. And then you're gonna restart this video and you're gonna do it all for the other side of the body, okay? So, after doing about 10 of those, you should feel all this working. This is also working, and you should feel like that knee is like feeling pretty good. Like there's fluid flowing in there, there's blood, there's all this nice feedback. So enjoy and do this when you feel like you need it. And you will get strength gains from this. You will get a nice body from it. So don't let that idea that mobility is not building strength or a foundation or something like that. It is building that, and when you can have a better working body, everything just like moves well together, and you get to that point where you like your body more because it's working good, and you have a good communication with it. So that's what we want. That's my goal. That's my goal to teach you. Okay, all the things working together in harmony. All right, enjoy.